You know, one great thing about 3DS games coming to the Switch is that I now have a way to do video reviews of them. There are tons of 3DS reviews on my website that I couldn't put on YouTube because I didn't have the money for the absurdly expensive Nintendo 3DS video capture hardware mods. But hey, developers are making my job easier, and now I have more Shantae content to show you. Originally released on the 3DS, here is my review of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse for the Nintendo Switch. Pirate's Curse is the third entry of the Shantae franchise, taking place not long after the events of Risky's Revenge and not long before the events of Half Genie Hero. As Shantae struggles to adjust to daily life as a normal human, Scuttletown is attacked, throwing her into a new adventure where she's dubbed a criminal, fired from her job, and ventures off on a quest with her own nemesis, Risky Boots, to prevent an evil pirate king from being revived and wreaking much more havoc than Risky ever could. As far as humor goes, Pirate's Curse has a lot of jokes and has a lot of parody comments that the series is known for. The only problem I have with the story is that it retcons a lot of lore that was set in stone by the first two games of the series. This game is not a reboot, but a continuation, and having a continuation completely rewriting the lore, particularly a very important aspect of lore from the end of the first Shantae game, is very off-putting and very strange as a fan of the series. As far as gameplay goes, Pirate's Curse is pretty much like all of the other Shantae games. A 2D platformer with combat and exploration elements. Kind of like a light Metroidvania, but a little different at the same time. The biggest thing that sets Pirate's Curse apart from the rest of the series is how you explore stages. In 3 of the 4 Shantae games, you explore stages by using animal transformations, and most of them are the same animal transformations in all 3 of those games. In Pirate's Curse though, you use pirate gear for this. Instead of transforming into a monkey to jump large gaps, you can jump and glide across large gaps with a pirate hat. Although this is the same equipment that you use in the Risky Boots DLC campaign for Half Genie Hero, but to this day, Pirate's Curse remains the only game of the series that switched up the gameplay formula, at least outside of DLC expansions. Pirate's Curse was also the first game of the series to introduce enclosed stages, giving you a hub world and a stage select screen, rather than having the entire game one massive open world with tons and tons of backtracking until you were able to teleport. Now, despite being different from the first 2 games of the series, the core gameplay is still here, with the hair-whipping combat, collectibles hidden in secret areas that you need special abilities to find, and special endings you need a 100% save file for. Now let's get on to content and length. In terms of the main campaign, Pirate's Curse, in my opinion, is the most content-heavy game in the Shantae series. My first trek through the game took me about 7 to 8 hours before I got a 100% save file and got the true ending. Though it is worth noting that less than 1 hour of that save file was dedicated to backtracking for that 100% completion. Even if you just wanted to casually go through the story just to see the plot, it'll still probably take you at least 7 hours. And now let's talk about the unfortunate aspect that is presentation. Pirate's Curse didn't exactly look wonderful on the Nintendo 3DS. The character models actually looked worse in that than they did in Risky's Revenge on the regular DS. But on the Switch it looks even worse. All of the backgrounds are very blurry, and all the character models are very pixelated. I'll be honest with you, it looks like they just expanded the 3DS version's screen to fit the Switch's. Granted, the game plays wonderfully, the frame rate is perfect, the load times are nice and short, but the visual presentation takes some getting used to. Now let's hit a higher note by talking about battery life. With the visual presentation the way that it is, you'd think that battery life would be pretty high to compensate, and well, it actually is. Here are my battery times from 100% to 0%. Maximum brightness with the Wi-Fi on, 4 hours and 19 minutes. Maximum brightness with the Wi-Fi off, 4 hours and 54 minutes. Lower brightness with the Wi-Fi on, 5 hours and 58 minutes. Lower brightness with the Wi-Fi off, 6 hours and 18 minutes. So you're going to get a lot of battery life out of this game. Now, in conclusion, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is the second game of the series to release on the Nintendo Switch. All of the retcons are still here, and there's a serious lack of polish in the visual presentation. But it's a fun little game that platforming fans and serious fans are definitely going to enjoy, just as long as they can adjust to the unpolished graphics. Reviews to Go rates Shantae and the Pirate's Curse for the Nintendo Switch an 8 out of 10. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below or head to the website at www.reviewstogo.com.